Are you thinking of moving to Dublin, California, right in the Tri-Valley? Well, if so, you've come to the right place, because this is our conversation starting now. Dublin, California is the fastest growing city in California. Located right on 680 corridor, going straight into Silicon Valley, into San Jose, it is a very popular place for first-time homebuyers. But Dublin has its pros and it has its cons. Pro number one, many of the homes in Dublin, most in fact, are new or newer, which is great for people who are on the move and don't have a lot of time to invest in fixing their own homes. Pro number two, much of Dublin is part of master plan communities, and there are many retail and recreational opportunities that have been created to support the residential growing population right there in Dublin. So there's lots to do in a very small footprint. Pro number three, Dublin is a very safe city. In addition, it has very high school rankings, 7s to 10s across the board. Pro number four is definitely the location and its proximity to everything. With traffic being so challenging in the Bay Area, Dublin is a find. Not only can you hit San Francisco in record time, Silicon Valley very quickly, you can also head up north, where there's snowboarding during seasonal times, and you can head to the beaches very quickly and do wakeboarding or other fun outdoor activities. Number five, BART, Bay Area Rapid Transport, right located in the heart of Dublin and easy access. What that means for you is you can get anywhere very quickly with BART. So what are the cons in moving to Dublin, California, Tri-Valley? Well, one of them is with that dense population growth, it's very congested. So with that density, there's a bit more traffic right within the confines of Dublin, and that's something to consider that Pleasanton and Livermore don't necessarily have in that concentration. Con number two, if you really look at Dublin, you're going to see a lot of 3-story homes right on top of each other or back to back. And what that means is literally your family is going to be walking from place to place to place. And there's generally an entry area. You walk upstairs, there's the main living area with maybe 1 bedroom. 3rd floor, the bedrooms are located with bath and laundry. And so because of this vertical, because the developers are trying to save money and not use land space, that's a lifestyle that you have to be comfortable with. And if you're not, there are other options. But most of Dublin is now focused on that type of vertical housing. Con number three, did you realize that most cities, when they're being developed, are developing the city around the jail? Yeah, well, in Dublin, on Dublin Boulevard, is the Santa Rita jail, and everybody knows about it. Generally it's safe, but that could be a con if you have any sensitivities to having a jail near your neighborhood. Con number four with Dublin is simply this: it doesn't have a downtown. Unlike Livermore and Pleasanton that have these adorable, awesome little downtowns, and some other areas that have great downtowns, Dublin has none. They try to make some shopping areas into downtowns, but it does not have the same feel. Historically, the railroads are tied to the downtowns, which makes sense. The railroad would come in the 1800s, and people would build the town around the railroad stops. And so in Pleasanton and in Livermore, you have the railroad stops, and then you have the beautiful downtowns that were furnished around the stops. Dublin had no stop, so it has no downtown. So that takes away from that. But of course, if you really love all of the pros of Dublin, you can always scooch over to Livermore or Pleasanton or Walnut Creek and enjoy the downtowns there. But we have to list that as one of the cons of living in Dublin directly. So that about sums up what I think are the biggest pros and cons of moving to Dublin, California. If Dublin is an area that interests you, then feel free to reach out to me for my free Dublin relocation guide and I'll get it right over to you. In the meantime, if you've appreciated this content, then by all means hit the subscribe button and ring the bell. You'll be notified of new interesting videos every single week. This is Ginger Faith from Golden Canyon Properties here in the beautiful Tri-Valley, California. And next up, we'll be talking about Livermore and the top things to do in Livermore, California.